What's going on, Ballher Hoops? Back again, episode 2. We have the private school conference predictions. So we're going to get started. Not going to waste no time. You know these two, you know me. We're going to start with the Southern Piedmont Athletic Association. Caveat, I think it's only 2 teams this year. Usually it's 4 Northfields and Woodlawn. I don't think we'll have girls basketball this year. So that's why it's only 2 teams in this conference. So I think United Faith, Victory Christian, I think it's like 1A, 1B situation really. But I have United Faith coming on top of that conference this year.
I got the same thing.
Yeah, same thing?
Yeah, I got United Faith too.
I think they have the depth to be able to compete with anybody in that 1A division. I mean, I realistically, it's going to come from Charlotte.
Right.
Whether it's Northside, whether it's Victory Christian United Faith, I feel like that state champion comes from Charlotte. Unless some other 1A school has just vastly improved, which I truly doubt, I don't see anybody else really beating them.
Yeah.
Right. So, but Victory Christian is going to be good. So
it's going to be competitive.
Hey, you go to that gym at Victory Christian.
That thing crazy.
Go get you some chicken wings. Them chicken wings be easy. Not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Hey, but the fans there, they always support their team. So I'll let y'all, you know, do Metro Atlanta Athletic Conference.
I mean, I think they got, you know, I did the top 3 for that conference, man. I think Metro Atlanta Christian still is going to finish 3rd. I like the point guard that they have. She's a softball kid. But she's super good. They lost my girl Emily King. Shout out to her.
Shout out to
Wilson.
Get Wilson for real.
Right. I think second. Now it's a blessing to have Northside and Concord in this conference. I think Northside Christian is going to probably finish 2nd in this conference. They just play a tough schedule. You know, it goes by the schedule. So I just think they play a tough schedule, and that's no knock to them. They play a super tough schedule. So that young team is going to have some challenges during the season. And I think Concord Academy, you know, they bring back some good pieces for the state championship team. Janai Bird is a senior. Then you add Justice to the situation and a few other kids. So I think they're going to come out on top of that conference.
Yeah. I think Sam Myers is a really good shooter for them. Concord Academy. Then Aaliyah Mack, another 8th grader, is a beast. Like she's Donnell Mack's niece. If you don't know who Donnell Mack is, I feel like you not Charlotte basketball. So, Coach, you might not know.
I definitely don't know.
He went to the University of Memphis, played with Derrick Rose. In high school, was a bucket. So his niece is really good as well. So I think Concord does finish above Northside, but I can see them flip-flopping, honestly. I'll do the Foothills Conference, and I'll let Coach do the Charlotte Independent Schools. Foothills Athletic Conference, University Christian, I have them first. This is a 14 division as well. I got them first. Statesville Christian 2nd. Davidson Day 3rd. They lost a big piece with Caroline Donaldson. She's playing for 101 Prep. Then Hickory Christian 4th. With University Christian and Statesville Christian, that's another one where I feel like they can go either way as far as who finishes first. I really don't know much about those teams, but just from looking at who's coming back to who will be there next year and future, I think University Christian will finish first in that conference. So now we're on to the Charlotte Independent Schools. Coach, who you have?
I got my top 2 is Cannon and Providence Day. Like we said on the other episode, Providence is getting these bigs in, which is going to be a big help to these guards and what they can do well. As far as Cannon always been a contender, always been a top contender. So, I mean, they're not that big, but all their guards are versatile. And they could do it all. They're strong, you know, even though they ain't as big. They run the floor. They play well together. So that gets them far. And I think I got them as number 1.
And I see Providence Day too as well. I think Jada is, of course, going to do what she do. I think they're going to let her be a little more free this year, especially with the bigs because she can do more pick and roll things.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna forget the girl's name that played with her for AAU, the big girl. But they have that chemistry in the pick and roll situation. And then adding Brittany Nolan is a definitely good piece. She's a basketball player that understands basketball, so that'll be big for them. They got shooters, of course. But third, I had Country Day. Country Day is a young team, but they're good. But I think them and Charlotte Latin are third and fourth. And I don't know which one would be the better one because Latin still has Charlotte Toon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And she's a dynamic scorer. I think she could be a really good player. She'll probably be all conference this year, depending on the situation, you know. And then I had Covenant Day at 5th and Charlotte Christian at 6th. I think the coaching situation with those two teams is just up in the air right now. With both coaches leaving from last year to this year, so that'll be a little different to see those two teams. I think I forgot one conference, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a new conference with the prep schools, and I don't want to leave them out. It's 1-of-1, Legacy, Winston-Salem Christian, and it's like 2 or 3 other teams. So I don't want to leave them out. I think that's a great thing because, you know, they never really get that. They have an actual national schedule, so they usually don't have a conference and state championship. So this year they're coming together to do actual conference, and they're the Mid-East Conference. I can't remember the exact name of the whole league, but I know those 3 teams. So with those 3 teams, who y'all got?
Legacy.
Legacy? 1?
I got 1-on-1.
You got 1?
Yeah.
You got Legacy 1? I got Winston-Salem Christian at 1.
Man.
And we divided on that one.
Yeah,
Let's think about this stuff, man.
Winston-Salem Christian gonna be tough. They got 2 Boston College commits, or 1 left. 1 still there. We still got Skylar Tuthill.
Oh.
They got Maddie. Maddie's at Winston-Salem Christian.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna change my prediction.
That would be a tough. Samari King's there.
Yeah.
They win it.
They got a couple other good guards that can play. I got Winston-Salem Christian at 1.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go with Legacy at 2 though.
Man.
You still got Mila Holloway.
I still got Mila, man.
Yeah, Mila makes a big difference. And this is nothing against 1-on-1 prep. I think they're 3rd in that division. 1-on-1 prep is young. Alyssa and Elena.
Oh man.
Tremendous in the fall.
Their growth has been
Alyssa is a bucket and at the highest of levels. Like a lot of people don't really. When I say at highest levels, I really mean it. I feel like she can score in any given situation.
Yeah.
Like no matter if she's playing a major D1 prospect, because of her shiftiness and the speed of how she plays, and she can shoot the ball from deep. So I think once they figure out the size,
she's just a killer, man. She's numb with it. She don't get too emotional, too high, too low. She just plays.
And I think Chloe Ross is going to be big for them. I think she's still learning the game, but she's going to be good for them when they play those teams aside because Chloe's physical. If she's not going to do anything else, she's going to be physical. You come through that lane, you're getting bumped. So that's the thing that you really can't teach. She just knows it. But that's going to be a great thing for them, the prep schools. I love that. And can't wait to see some of those games. But that's it for private school predictions. Next up, we got the public school conference predictions. Might get a little tedious in this one.
Gotta get a little dice.
We got